Hey everybody, good morning. Wednesday morning, February 12th. It's from the lovely Peachtree Cafe in Rimrock, Arizona. Still under construction. Well, I would hope this is not the actual layout. Anyway, guys, this is the third episode of the Peachtree Morning Show. We hope you're enjoying. We hope those of you, you guys are friends in all those countries around the world. I think I saw an email from Lucia Pichardo saying you're watching and drinking your coffee. Buenos dias, Lucia. All of our friends in so many different places around the world. We're glad you guys are enjoying this, and it's kind of our mission and our hope to have some fun and talk about what's going on at DCI, what has been going on at DCI for 11 years now, since its beginning in late 2009. And now, so many things are happening in 35 cities around the world every year. 35,000 people or more we're seeing, and here we are now. We're finally creating an online presence. So we got about 17 minutes. I hope you're having a nice coffee or wherever you are, and we're going to talk about issues of the day and some questions that are coming in. Please remember, we're taking questions up to 30 seconds long. If you send it in vertical, selfie style, to seedquestions@diamondcutterinstitute.com. Send us your question up to 30 seconds. We will consider all questions which are vertical and up to 30 seconds. And we've had some great questions so far from all over the world. Vietnam, Colombia, Moscow, Berlin.
We're going to get to each one of you,
Mexico
so don't
City.
worry.
Well, I don't know if we'll get to them on this show.
Not on this show, but next show.
We'll get you something. And so yesterday we were talking about Victoria's question from Moscow. I think you had something more to say about that.
Yeah, because you might.
Well, the question yesterday was, and we, sometimes we're not going to cover the whole question in one show, and we'll just continue the next day. And I think it gives everybody a chance to think about it. And it gives you guys a chance to write in and talk to each other about it, and we'll share what you guys say about it. But I think the question for Arit yesterday was, we talk about, in DCI, we talk about deeper causes and immediate causes, or apparent causes and deeper causes. Now, the result that we want, or the result that we got, was we're moving a lot of money, our business is doing huge volume, but we're not making a profit. We're doing a big turnover and no profit, which is very common in the diamond business, by the way. So the question yesterday was, you've got this deeper cause that we said was strangely gossip or useless talk, just wasting time about talking about politics and stuff that you can't change, and you're just talking to talk. Mm-hmm. And then we talked about the immediate cause was maybe you have a good accounting department and you're on top of the P&L and you're keeping good numbers and everything like that. So the question to Arit yesterday as the host was, let's say you have that great deeper seed and everybody in the company is being careful not to gossip about each other and gossip about the world. But you have a lousy immediate seed, like your accounting department's weak, they don't keep good records. Can that deeper seed bypass the immediate seed and create a result? And that's my question.
Yeah.
We didn't finish yesterday.
We didn't finish, and we probably can talk about it from many angles and point of view. But one of the things that I thought is that if a seed opens in 4 ways, right? Personal result, habit, then we have environmental result, and then bigger changes. If a seed manifested in 4 ways, so then if we planted a good seed of generosity, not gossiping, and we have a good collection of seeds, so then when the seed open, the immediate seed will also be good. The accounting will also be good. Mm. We will be forced to see a good accountant that does good P&L, and they're all aspect of the company, because the seed is complete and a good quality, they will be perfect. So this is another way to look at this question. Of course, we can talk about it from other angles.
Yeah, good. So we have any new question for today? I know we had one that we started out from yesterday.
Yeah. We had a lot of great questions come in, and I think we're going to move on to Paul Nguyen, which is a very common name in Vietnam. A lot of our friends from Vietnam And Paul said he was 55. And did you want to play the video? Or?
I will play the video.
And so this is in Vietnamese, guys. And thank you to our Vietnamese team for giving us quick translations. Paul says, I'm 55, and I'm curious, why is it that I get more energized when I'm helping other people? Sounds simple, but it's a cool question.
Okay, let's watch Paul.
Here's Paul's video. Just hold it up to the screen.
Tại sao khi mình làm việc cho người khác thì dường như năng lượng và sức mạnh của mình nó nhiều hơn, dồi dào hơn.
Okay.
Right, so he says, I'm 55. I've been listening to what you guys are doing in DCI. We go to Ho Chi Minh City, sometimes Hanoi every year. Seeing thousands of people there, getting a lot of great questions, a lot of really awesome, energetic people there. We love you guys. And Paul says, I'm 55. Why is it that I feel more energized when I'm helping other people? What do you guys think?
I challenge you, guys. I'm trying to challenge Scott. I think this relates to the my mouth is your mouth thing. You want to talk about that?
Cool.
Do you remember that?
Yeah,
show?
of course. We used to do this on the stage all the time. When I think about energy, I think about how I've always had a huge amount of energy. I guess you could say. One friend of mine, Jeff Eddy, one time said he thought I had some sort of natural methamphetamine thing like in my brain. Well, Jeff, if you're out there, I don't know where you are, in New York someplace, we love you. And
he's a chaplain in a prison.
he's a chaplain in a prison.
I think so.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, very successful.
And so I feel naturally energized when I'm doing things that are productive. And in all my work prior to this, as a producer, project manager, I spent a lot of time communicating with teams, and I felt really good when I was doing things that I knew were going to help the team be productive. I really enjoyed the interactivity of the team, getting to know and work with people, and that's what we would call a conventional cause. We would say, if I know I'm going to do something which is going to make people happy in obvious ways, and that's something which we would call a conventional cause. And then in DCI, we're talking about cause and effect, hardcore cause and effect, what I can do today to produce a result that I will see somewhere in my reality today or tomorrow or next week, next month. And so now we're looking for what we would call the deeper causes, the hidden causes. And in the ancient sources we use for DCI, we talk about, Geshe Michael was making us recite yesterday Shinto Kokure, which is a way of saying, deeply hidden. And then Geshe Michael just said, what's the my mouth is your mouth thing? So to answer Paul's question from Ho Chi Minh, you got the conventional causes and you've got the deeper causes. I don't mean to dominate, by the way. You guys feel free to jump in. But I would say that based on our system, if I am helping other people and my intention, this is basic cause and effect. If my intention is to do something good for them, my intention is to do something which helps them and makes them happy, then the logical, direct, simple cause and effect would be that I would be more happy, I would be more energetic. And Geshe Michael talked about my mouth is your mouth as a demonstration that he used to do on stage. I was like the mannequin, like the test dummy, like to be the second mouth. And Geshe Michael talked about putting a donut like into your mouth and saying that your mouth is my mouth. So it's kind of a way to visualize how cause and effect works, I think.
Well, I'll put it this way.
Like if I put a donut in if I want a donut, if I want something good, anything, well, we wouldn't call a donut good nutrition, but like if we want something good in my life, I've got to give it to somebody else in order to get it for myself.
Well, you hear these kind of hippie things, where people say it's all one and everybody's one person, and it just doesn't feel correct.
Nobody knows what that means.
Well, they say everybody's one, and then it sounds nice, but if I drink this coffee, I'm gonna get nervous, or read, that proves we're not one. You see what I mean? And so it sounds nice, but it's not. It doesn't seem really true. But if it's true that I can only plant a mental seed in my mind by doing something for somebody else, if it's true that I can only get what I want by giving it to somebody else, then it's like a basketball bouncing off a boomerang. See, basketball. So if I want more coffee in my life, I have to make sure to pour enough coffee for Scott to have coffee. You see, and then what happens is, the idea is, by seeing myself do a nice thing, a seed is planted in my mind, and then later, maybe tomorrow during the show, it'll open. The seed will open, and I will see coffee being given to me. So despite the fact that we look separate, and it seems like I'm not you, I have to do something for you if I want something for me. In the seed system, I must do something for you if I want something for me. Because in the end, we really are one person. And what I'd like to say to Paul Nguyen in Ho Chi Minh City is the reason you feel good about doing nice things for other people, why it gives you so much energy, is you are finally admitting in your real actions, you're admitting the truth that you are one person with other people.
Cool. That's a cool way of looking at it.
When you're honoring the truth that you are really one person, and when you help someone else because you understand it, then of course you're going to feel more energy.
Wow.
Because you're finally feeding yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
So basically what we say, Paul, is that you verified that the seed system works for you. You know, you did something for somebody else and you feel energized, you felt happy. And this is exactly what we are saying in the seed method. So what we are trying to tell people is that we cannot show or prove that the seeds works or they exist. The only way for us to really prove it to ourselves is to experiment with this, is to see, okay, if I'm doing good things to other people, do I get good results? And I think what you did is exactly the thing, is that you show that it does make you feel good and you do get a result out of it. So good job.
But I say another thing, You see, let's say you're pouring coffee, right? And you pour for...
I think Geshe Michael just wants excuses to pour more coffee.
You pour for yourself, but you don't pour for Scott, you see? And you've done that your whole life. You have taken care of yourself first. In English, it's called watching out for number one. Mm-hmm. And your whole life, you have poured your coffee, and you haven't poured Scott's coffee, then you are starving half of yourself. Mm. You see, half of yourself has never gotten food, has never gotten coffee. So of course you don't feel energy.
Yeah.
And then suddenly you say, Scott's part of me, Scott's half of me, and I have to give him coffee too. And suddenly you gave coffee to your whole self for the first time. And I think that's why you feel energy.
Hey, you know, we had a press conference.
This is super cool.
I like that.
So when I give somebody else a coffee, it's like, I give somebody else energy. It's like I'm giving it to myself.
Yeah, and it's the first time you've given 100% energy to yourself. Because when you're selfish, it's like you eat half the sandwich and you never finish the second half.
That's pretty cool.
You starve yourself all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
So you don't have energy.
So all the time we are never really satisfied if we just take care of ourselves.
You're always undernourished.
Wow, that's a really cool way of looking at it.
You're always getting half the calories.
We had a press conference once in Guadalajara. Actually, it was last summer. For local media and national media in Mexico, and it came to me when we were doing that to say something like that along the lines of leadership. Like, you know, if you take a look at people that you know as leaders in your life, I think you notice very often that they have common traits. Like they seem to focus a lot on what other people need. And I remember saying in that press conference, if it's true that everything good I have comes from helping you, then the smartest thing I can do right now is focus on your needs. So it's the same thing. Like, if that's true, logically, then the greatest thing, the smartest thing I can do is to really think first priority, what you need today. And that falls in line with all the conventional leadership philosophy you see a lot around the world, but nobody ever seems to explain it from a deeper perspective.
So I'll give you guys a challenge, you know. If it's true, if what Paul said is true, that for the first time, you're getting all the vitamins you're supposed to get because you gave half of them to somebody else, you see what I mean? Then what are some practical methods that people can use to get more energy. Let's say,
That's cool.
you know, let's say I don't have energy. I feel tired all the time. I'm taking naps all day, and I can't wake up on time. I don't feel energy. So how can you take this idea of Paul's and turn it into an actual energy method?
Like an action plan.
Yeah, what's an action
This is what I like about the seed method. That is, the way you can be creative with that is unlimited.
So give us one or two. Okay, let's say some days I don't feel energy. So if Paul's experience is true, and if your explanation is good, that you've been denying yourself half of the vitamins your whole life.
Your explanation.
What's a practical thing I can do if I'm at home right now, and I want to have more energy tomorrow? What's a practical thing I can do?
Make a meal for somebody. You know, when you cook, don't only cook for
Open a
yourself.
cafe.
Open a cafe, or invite a friend. You know, or give. You know, we have cool neighbors. Sometimes they give us
Cookies.
Yeah, they give us cookies. For Christmas, fruit. She brought us fruit. Our neighbors. She said, "I want to bring you something healthy." So maybe our neighbors secretly are
watching these videos or something.
Yeah, watching videos. Yeah.
And you know, in all these events in DCI around the world, one of the things that happens a lot is if there's like a public lecture, I don't know, or a 1 or 2 day intensive, then before and after or in the middle of these lectures, we open the ballroom up or the theater up, and it'll be anywhere from a few hundred to a few thousand people. And in front of the stage, all the DCI trainers will walk down and mingle, and people will gather around and ask questions. And a lot of times people ask really cool questions, sometimes questions that have been nagging at them for years or their whole life. And we see these great looks of relief when they realize there's something they can do about it. And I like to talk to people about two sides of the coin sometimes, I call it. Like, okay, so you just talked about the one side of the coin. What can you do that contributes to...
But we can do many more things.
Right, but
we can give many more examples.
So let's look at the other side of the coin just as an example. So if I want to have energy, what am I doing that's taking energy away from other people?
Oh,
so like I'm gonna so we have a tradition in our home, in the Vasek home. Arit does the cooking, I do the cleanup. And you don't want me around food. I can create a disaster even trying to boil water. And so Arit is the boss of the food. And then like if I leave the place dirty, or I fail to do my job of cleaning up the dishes and she ends up doing it, then I just robbed her of energy. I basically failed to keep a commitment. I did something that she felt like she had to do, she wasn't planning on doing, and that takes her energy away. So now I'm going to go looking in my investigator's looking glass, like where I'm in my daily habits, I'm taking energy away from other people, maybe by interrupting them when they're working and not checking to see if they're actually busy and they have time to talk to me, or if I'm not keeping commitments, like in things that I promised to do, stuff like that. These are practical things you can do every day. What do you guys think?
I got some important announcements.
You got 2 minutes left, by the way.
Today recently we dug some deep holes outside to check for the water, to make sure the toilet is going to work. And the inspector's here
in the
today.
Peachtree Cafe.
The inspector from the government is here today, and I just wanted. So Veronica's going to go check outside. This is my partner, Veronica, and I'm happy to have her today. She's the co-owner of the cafe, and she's going to check outside and just see if the inspector is coming. And
I see him. He's here.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
We gotta try to keep
Thank you. Do you have a video for tomorrow?
Yeah,
I do. I just want to summarize what we said.
No, but what's a practical thing people can do for more energy?
2 things. Give other people energy in many ways you can. Give them food, do some things for them, take away from their tasks if you can. Whatever you can do in your capacity. Second thing, don't steal other people's energy.
Yeah, don't take it away. Be considerate.
Don't take.
But don't do it from a conventional standpoint. Think about the seeds. Like if this whole system is true, then what seeds am I planting by what I do for other people or what I don't do for other people?
Yeah, and I'd say just remember that whenever you do something selfish, you're starving yourself. You're starving your own energy.
out of time.
Cool. So what do we have for tomorrow?
Yeah, we have a question
so
from
we have a question
Uta.
from Berlin.
Uta from Berlin.
Uta from Berlin.
Very
Hi
cool.
guys, good morning. Uta here from Berlin. And my question is, nowadays in the big cities, and certainly not only in Berlin, we seem to have more and more difficulty finding affordable, large enough, sunny space to live and to work in. And after all, our joy in life and productivity very much depend on that. So what kind of seeds do we have to plant to see more of it? Thank you.
Nice question,
Yay,
Uta.
wow, this
That's
is
a smart question, and
very
that's something.
specific. I
And
really like it.
a lot of people have that on their mind. I mean, a lot of our friends in Hong Kong have been asking the same question, like the problem they have with housing.
Big cities. This
Singapore.
is Singapore. Every big city.
Every big city.
So,
San Francisco.
We're out of time for today, guys. But we hope you enjoyed Peachtree Morning Show for Wednesday, the 12th of February, and we'll be back tomorrow with that question and more.
And if you have more questions for us, you can write in the chat, and it's a great way for you guys also communicate with each other.
Well, don't write
You
the
can-
questions in the chat. Send the questions in an email to seedquestions@diamondcutterinstitute.com.
If you have other questions about what we talked here and you don't want to send us a video,
Right.
we would love you to get a video from you. But if you're shy, you don't want to send a video, you can write us on the chat.
And then 30 seconds, vertical, selfie style. That's all for today, guys. We'll talk to you tomorrow about the Uta's question and more.
See you tomorrow from the
Bye-bye.
Peachtree.
Have a great day.
Thanks, guys.